What's going on, guys? I just wanted to do a quick slideshow tutorial of the wholesaling process in a simplified version. First, you're going to want to identify a market. I recommend a large metro area market of at least 250,000 in population and with a large inventory of at least 2,000 units available on market, which you can find, using sites like Zillow, Redfin, or Realtor. You're also going to want a market that has a large number of cash buyer activity. You can find this for free on List Source, but you're going to want at least 100 cash buyer transactions monthly within your market. And you're also going to want to have accurate and complete information on recent sales data. This will help you in running comps for your market. Once you've identified a market, you're going to want to start marketing for motivated sellers. There's several options depending on your budget. Direct mail, you're going to purchase a list of potential sellers, and then you're going to send a letter or a postcard. You can also cold call, which you use like the same similar list and just call them using either your cell phone or a multi-line automatic dialer. You can drive for dollars, which is one of the most cost-effective methods. If somebody's got a low budget. There's also bandit signs. You're familiar with seeing the signs on the side of the road that say "We buy houses fast for cash" and have like a phone number. Or you can send text message or ringless voicemail. Also, there's PPC, which is pay per click, or SEO marketing. You're going to want to keep in mind your budget when selecting your marketing method. Some of these are more costly than others. Now, as far as your lead management, once your leads start to come in from your marketing campaign, you're going to want to immediately follow up with any inbound leads that you receive. More than likely, if the seller is truly motivated, they've reached out to multiple cash buyers or investors. So you want to be, at the top of the list. On your initial call with the seller, you're going to do some initial fact finding about the condition of the home, as far as what repairs need to be made to bring it up to 2020 standards. Also, you're going to want to find out the reason why they're selling. What their motivation is. To help you determine, how motivated this seller is in accepting an all-cash offer. Then you're going to want to set up, either an in-person or over-the-phone appointment. And prior to that appointment, you're going to want to perform what I like to call pre-appointment intelligence, which is simply put just running comps, determining the ARV, which is the after repair value, determining any potential repair costs that you might be able to come up with through an estimate based on what the seller has told you on the phone. And then you're going to want to determine your maximum allowable offer. This is done by using the 70% rule, which is basically taking the ARV times 70% minus the repair costs minus your wholesale fee that you would like to make on your deal. This isn't, set in stone for any particular market, but that is the general rule of 70%. Then once you arrive at your appointment or are on the phone with your seller, you're going to want to spend plenty of time building rapport, getting to know your seller, finding out what's important to them along the sales process. You're going to want to do this before ever talking price. Once you've gotten a good understanding for the seller and you feel like that you've built some solid rapport, then you're going to want to ask them what their sales price they have in mind is. A lot of times they're going to ask you to, make the first offer. I recommend making several attempts of getting them to name their price first. Then, from there, hopefully you can negotiate a price that, is within your maximum allowable offer and, will be agreeable to your seller. Once your offer is accepted, congratulations, by the way. Present your purchase agreement with appropriate inspection period that allows you time to market your contract to your buyer's list. You can do this either in person while sitting at a kitchen table across from your seller, or if you're in a virtual market or not, in the same city the seller is in, you can do this via electric signature. There's services like DocuSign, HelloSign, Adobe Signature, all very, good methods for getting an electronic signature. Then you're going to want to take your signed purchase agreement that both you and your seller have signed and submit that to your local title company that is local to the property that the seller is selling. The title company will perform a title search, which will determine whether there's a clear title, whether there's liens, if there's a mortgage owed anywhere. But bottom line, no clear title, no title insurance, no sale. So title companies play a very important role in getting these properties, sold for us. Then you're going to want to take pictures and video. You're going to take at least 20 pictures inside and outside of the property. Preferably more. You can do this by either, going yourself and taking pictures, having the seller, if they're able, take pictures, or sometimes you'll need to hire somebody, which, you can look on Craigslist, and for approximately $50, you can have somebody go out and take pictures for you. Then you're going to want to take a video walkthrough with narration, pointing out, different aspects of the property, any repairs you notice. This will all be very important when sending to your buyers. Now you want to market your contract. You want to keep in mind you're marketing a contract and not a property. We as real estate investors, most of us aren't real estate agents, so it is illegal to market a property, but it's perfectly fine to market your equitable interest in that property, your contract. So you will send your photos, your video, and any details you've got about the property, such as, the ARV you've determined, or any, potential repairs you've determined about that property. You'll send this over to your buyer's list. The buyer will then determine, whether, that's a property they want to come take a look at in further, detail. And if they do, you'll schedule a property walkthrough. They'll come take a look at the property and see if it meets their investment criteria. If it does, they will more than likely want to negotiate on your price. So you will negotiate your purchase price with your buyer. That will include the original fee, the original purchase price that you've negotiated with your seller, plus your wholesale fee. Then you will send that assignment agreement to your buyer for signature. This will simply state that you're selling the interest that you have in the initial contract between you and your seller to your buyer, letting them step in your place to purchase that property from your seller. Then you'll forward your assignment contract that's signed by both you and your buyer to your title company. Now it's closing time. The title company will schedule a closing time and date with both the buyer and seller. The buyer will wire in funds for the purchase and your assignment fee, usually the day before closing. The seller will come in on closing day and sign any closing documents that are provided by the title company. The buyer will come in usually just after the seller and sign the buyer's side of the closing documents. After this is done, the sale will be recorded by the title company. A check minus any taxes and assignment fee will be given to the seller. Then the title company will either bank wire or send a check for the assignment fee to you, the wholesaler. This is the completion of your wholesale transaction. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful to you in getting started in your wholesaling business. I wish you the very best. Please leave any comments for any additional questions you may have. Thank you.